you guys may be in the world, and I hope that you guys are taking care of your energy as such. Again, I don't really have a set posted schedule or anything of that sort, but I like to space out a lot of my readings and my videos. But lately, like beforehand, I did explain that I was just kicking out videos left and right, and I was like, damn, okay, when am I gonna take a break? And then Spirit was like, all right, now it's time to take a step back, time to rest, time to like rejuvenate and everything like that. And I took that heed, because, you know, every time I don't listen to Spirit when they tell me to slow down or they tell me to take a step back, then I end up suffering a lot more than I would have to if I just slow down in the first place. Okay. But I hope that your weekend was really beautiful. Okay, like I think we just had the third quarter moon literally yesterday, so I don't really keep track of the third quarter or first quarter moons, but however, if you're an astrologist or you like astrology and you like keeping track of like the lunar cycles and stuff like that, then yeah, you would know that there's importance to the first quarter and the third quarter moon. Okay, so especially if you are into like law of attraction or manifestation, that type of thing, or using some sort of moon magic, or you work with the lunar cycles, that type of thing, then yeah, it would be important to learn a little bit more about that. I'm always an advocate for doing your own research here on this channel. I don't like to give the answers right away straight to you guys, because otherwise what's the point, right? You wouldn't really learn if I just gave you the answers right away. So it's kind of like that notion of like, when the student is ready, the teacher shall appear. I mentioned that the new moon in Leo is going to be coming up fairly soon. Okay, so it's going to be within the next week. I did make mention of the 707 portal. A lot of people don't really speak of the portals unless it's like around the Lion's Gate 808. But I'm going to mention the 707 one. We're kind of in the midst of it since July 7th, and it will be going until July 17th, so it'll be like end of this week. Also, I did make mention of saying how sevens are my favorite numbers, but if you have been seeing the number 717 as a synchronicity, as an angel number, it does mean that you're on the right path right now and you're being guided to, or it means course correction in a way, so like divine intervention. And it also represents like spiritual awakenings, like kind of similar to the synchronicity 1111, if you guys been seeing that quite a lot recently. Okay, actually, oh dang it, shoot, I actually wrote it down on my notes on the phone, so I'm just gonna go off of memory, as well as I'm gonna ask Spirit to jump in and help me if need be. Like when it comes to channeling, I'll be fine without notes. I don't need the notes. It's just I use the notes in order to keep track of where I'm talking and where I'm at, but we'll just do without it, just straight channeling. Like, if you know, this is an astrology energy update, right? So this will be for twin flames, star seeds, light workers, whatever it may be, whoever's coming across your empaths, you know, whoever needs the message from Spirit at this point. I like to make my readings quite open and very general in a way, and you can take what resonates and just kind of throw the rest. Alright, so when I'm channeling, this is just more so for the collective, especially for twin flames, because I am one myself on the same journey. So go ahead and check out my previous videos if you are interested in me talking a little bit more about that, and more readings that I have within my box below, as well as I created a new channeled art speed paint playlist as well. I'm trying to organize some playlists within my channel, that way it'll be a lot more easier to find my videos. Okay, so just bear with me with that, okay, when I'm working on that. But okay, let's start with, they said spirit animals. Now, this type of spirit animals I've been receiving a lot recently are bunny rabbits. Bunny rabbits I've been interested. I've even seen them on my walk, and I wasn't used to seeing just wild bunny rabbits just roaming around like it's nothing. Like, they were really too comfortable to be around humans, so I was just like, wow, okay. Anywho, but I've been seeing a lot of bunny rabbits, preferably free. And I did do it's so funny, I'm not going to get it too personal, but I like to do personal readings for my family members, right? And just recently I did a personal reading for my cousin, and he was saying that he was seeing bunny rabbits too, so could be a sign as well. It also represents fertility, that Empress energy, as well as 333, but I won't go into angel numbers yet. But it represents like giving birth to a new beginning, you know, also fast movement forward, you know, jumping forward, leaps of faith forward as well. But I'm really getting that fertility for sure. But another one was, they're saying white peacock. They're still referencing the white peacock, which I derived from India, basically, and it's just a mutation of when the peacock loses its colors from its feathers and it turns completely white. Okay, so it's like a sacred type of bird, but I've been receiving a lot of doves, like white birds, feathers like swans, all right, but especially doves have been popping up a lot. Also, doves for me represent communication or a letter coming through. I had been receiving a lot of like love letter or just letters type of synchronicities. I did make mention of that in the previous video that I did for a Twin Flame Collective. But yeah, let's see. They said cheetah, which is also fast movement forward. Okay. There's a lot of fast movement forward going on right now, but at the same time, it feels like everything's kind of going at a slower pace. Does that make sense? Like, it was going turtle status, like they're giving me the Knight of Pentacles right now, but or snail, but it's like moving forward like a lot faster than you would perceive. So I think that's very symbolic, especially for the journey right now, as well as manifestation. Manifestation is getting a lot faster, quicker, so be very careful and mindful of your thoughts and your emotions and feelings, because a lot of things are being brought back up to the surface, right? Because there's always triggers that we must work through, a lot of healing work that we must work through. Ooh, dogs. So also dogs can be a sign as well, like this is the divine masculine energy for sure. Okay. Also, a black cat came by and visited as well. So black cats are also a good luck sign. A lot of people in the Western culture like to think that black cats are bad luck, but that's not the case. For me, I see it as very ancient Kemet type of vibes going on right now, especially with the cat and the divine feminine energy. Black Panther as well. Speaking of ancient Kemet, they've been opening up my eyes just a little bit more to ancient Kemet, kind of what was going on. They've been also talking to me about certain artifacts or just ancient artifacts that have been stolen and hidden. So I don't want to get into that too much, but they're telling me could have something to do with the gridlock points I've been pointing out for a lot of videos, a lot of previous videos. I always talk about like different locations like Hawaii and all these different places and all that, like ancient Kemet, which is Egypt, like Africa, like different areas of the world, even Asia, like I mentioned some places over there, and as well as like below the equator in the South Americas. But they're talking about certain things. But let's stick with the spirit animals, okay? Still with the wolves energy. Huh. So a lot of wolves, like, I know that has to do with the dogs, right? But I'm getting more so wolves than dogs, if anything. And I think that has to do with the lunar cycles as well. So they're showing me a bear. So a bear represents unconditional love, as well as hermit mode, okay? So coming out of hiding, coming out of hermit mode, coming out of the cave moment. That's symbolic, so it represents the spiritual awakening as well as the great awakening that's happening around the world. Which is true, because a lot of ancient knowledge, a lot of the Akashic records, like people are tapping into this ancient knowledge. Like they're literally like being shown many different like downloads and informations. People are like, gifts are heightening and opening and awakening. It's just a great sign for me. So I'm just like, wow, it's a great sign for like light workers. But when it comes to like the other half, the people that don't want the awakening to happen, they're not so happy right now. So there's a lot of like pullback, pushback, you know, that type of thing. Some would say spiritual warfare. It's more so the battle of within. Also, okay, so I'm going to go and switch. I'm going to leave the spirit animals because I know they'll probably pop in a little bit more later. But when it comes to certain symbolism, they're showing me this this symbol. It's an alchemy symbol, which actually has to do with Kemet, as well as Atlantis, if you guys kind of have that, ties to that. But it's a triangle, and it's like a, what is that called? A triangular, it represents, I'm going to show an image, all right, right here, all right, so just for reference, okay, but it represents basically the threefold rule, as well as the triple goddess, the triple moon, like the moon phases. It has to do with Pisces energy. I'm also seeing a white butterfly, but it has to do with like the moon phases and the triple moon god. It's like the thing for pagan culture. Also within Christianity, it means like Father, Son, Holy Spirit, or whatever they say, or whatever. But like in spirituality terms, it means like mind, body, and soul. So it means like pretty much the Trinity, which is the ascended masters coming through. So they're really showing me a certain, like, it's not like a pentagram or anything, but it's similar to like those certain alchemy symbols where it's a triangle and then there's like a circle, and it's like it's a certain symbol. All right, so I'll show you, but they're showing me that right now, and they're also showing me the six-pointed star. The six-pointed star is also very significant as well. Some people say it represents the Star of David, but I don't think so. I think it goes a little bit more than that. Like, I don't just go, okay, the thing is like, yeah, there's like a lot of biblical prophecies being fulfilled right now as well, like especially from the original, you know, because you know it's been rewritten over again, right? But I'm not going to go into religion too much here because this is more of a spirituality based channel. However, I do believe in studying up on your religious studies and making sure to study up on each one, like from different cultures, because you'll start to see that it all kind of connects, and you'll, it's kind of like a puzzle piece in a way. I consider it a puzzle. But anywho, it's like Spirit say I'm dropping little gems right now, and they're showing me like these certain symbols, like oh, okay, well that's a confirmation. Yeah, alchemy symbols, which is also a form of transmutation as well as magic. Okay, so transmutation and alchemy is the biggest thing right now that I'm getting. I feel like a lot of people are tapping into those gifts or learning how to transmute in order to like transmute. Basically, a lot of the energy that's going on within this world right now is being transmuted into something else. Especially a lot of light workers are working behind the scenes, especially with their gifts right now. Like that's not so outwardly, but they're working behind the scenes in order to help raise the vibration of the planet, right? And as well as this awakening is helping to do that as well. But like something to do with the Trinity and the triangle is very important, and that does, they said it kind of like goes hand in hand to the, oh my god, they're showing me the pyramids. Okay, so they're showing me like the pyramids and how it's like a portal. And I did make mention that we are in the 707 portal, so that does have some significance to it, because the 7th represents the crown chakra, and this is what I'm talking about, which is the Akashic records. You tap into the Akashic records within the crown chakra, by the way. So Archangel Metatron is definitely coming through. If you connect with archangels or angels in that manner, their Archangel Metatron is definitely coming through, for sure. As well as Archangel Uriel. Okay, hi. So, okay, so then, let me see. I don't know why I'm clapping. What was that? Applause. I don't know if they're making fun of me or not. But, okay, so, maybe there's a victory. I heard a ring in my left ear. Maybe there's something to be applauded about. Like maybe they are applauding you, like saying good job, you know, basically. Because I did say that the portal represents you going in the right direction. It's a course direction type of thing. And also it's kind of like that crossroads energy where you're going to feel like you're going to be taken from two paths. And you feel like you're going to have to make a choice really of that manner. And I feel like that choice is really going to be you having to choose love over fear. Like you choosing love over fear. And that's basically what we suggest for you to do. However, we have free will, and then people, you can't really control what other people do and what decisions they decide to make. However, use discernment, it's like Spirit is saying that our intuition is being very tested right now at this very moment, like especially for people who have been on the journey for a little bit longer as far as like awakening process goes. Their gifts and their journeys really being tested, because it's like I want to place the wisdom and the knowledge that you gain. They're showing me the snake, by the way. So you've been connecting with the snake. They're also showing me the snake, which represents the Kundalini awakening, but it also represents as well like waking up to truth, you know, seeing past illusions as well. You know, it kind of ties into the biblical prophecies, but I don't believe in the Christianity. Like, just because I study religion doesn't mean I agree with it per se, okay? So just a side note. But however, there's things that we can learn from it. I wouldn't discard it. But the thing is, it's like the serpent, the snake represents truth, knowledge, also represents that saying like, the truth shall set you free, but first it will piss you off. So like, it's true. And the thing is that the serpent tongue also strikes, it stings sometimes. So it's kind of like that notion. I'm getting more of like a King of Swords, Queen of Swords type of feel with that vibe, as well as Ace of Swords. Like cutting out truth. So Archangel Michael is now coming through. Hi. Oh my goodness, a lot of energy. So it's like cutting out the bullshit, exposure, that type of thing. So they're showing me right now that if you are receiving a lot of Kundalini awakening symptoms, I'm so sorry. Like, I know how that can be. Like, I don't like to sugarcoat like the awakening process here either. Is that it's not always, I always say it's not sunshine and rainbows all the time. It's sometimes it's a purging process. It's you doing shadow work. It's you being able to balance out your shadow and light and just many other facets, right? So it's not like something that happens just overnight. Okay, so just take your time, be patient, right? And that's why I'm saying 717 has to do with the portal, which is the triangle. And they're also showing me the pyramids once more to represent the portal, right? And I feel like a lot of like the triangle like energy that I'm referring to, which is the Trinity, I feel like there's a gate opening or a door, which kind of explains the door synchronicities and the key synchronicities and the lock synchronicities I've been getting. So this can kind of tie into the Akashic records, because not anybody can just walk into the Akashic records, okay? Sometimes a lot of people's energy can be turned away. Truth be told, like, not everybody can have access to that type of information. Sometimes those higher beings, especially like Angel Metatron, would be like, no, turn away. This is not for you. You know, or it's not for you to learn just yet. Not right now at this point in time, but maybe later on, this will be something for you, okay? So it's kind of like that brick wall notion. But this has to do with a gateway, like a doorway. So I feel like there's another wave or a collective that's walking through as in awakening, and I feel like that's another collective awakening. So if you're saying that there's more that goes into 7, which is 777, they're also showing me that combination. So if you've also been seeing that, it's also good luck. It's a good luck sign as well. But like I said, our intuition is really being tested right now at this current point in time. Like, we are really like being tested. Okay, so like, I know I'm being tested for sure, like, especially with the wisdom and stuff that I gained from the past, which is the Akashic records, and then this lifetime. Because if you believe in past lives, then okay, but if you don't, then just disregard that. But like, what I'm talking about is that the serpent, which is the snake, is bringing back that same wisdom in order to help you wake up. Okay, so it's not seen as bad, and that's why I mentioned that I love snakes. In fact, I'm a very, it's funny because I'm not a Slytherin, by the way. I'm a Gryffindor. Fun fact. But and it's funny because I'm wearing green and shit, but no, I feel like I'm a traitor. The snake, though, however, I do want a tattoo. Like I said, the thing is, I have a lot of tattoos planned out because I'm an artist as well, so I don't like to just go by what the artist does. I want to incorporate some of my art, like, work into my tattoos. Does that make sense? So, like, for instance, like, I want like a snake tattoo that's gonna wrap around my leg, and then the head of it basically is gonna be right here on my foot. So it's like, yeah, I like it. But the thing is that it's like it has a bad connotation, right? It has misunderstanding, maybe a bad reputation possibly, but that doesn't mean that the snake represents bad or a bad omen. It can represent possibly snakes in the grass that you don't see, that you need to let go and get rid of, but it can also represent, you know, truth and wisdom. Kind of goes hand in hand with a lot of the exposure activity that we're going through right now, currently. Okay, so, and anything else? Also, there's, okay, show me a horse. More so a seahorse, though, because I did mention that seahorses also represent, like, masculine energy also giving birth to something new. So it's not just divine feminine energy that's giving birth, it's also divine masculine energy that is giving birth, right? When I say divine masculine, divine feminine, I'm not referring to genders, I'm just referring to the energy within all of us, okay? It's important to balance out both. Okay? Okay, they're showing me, like, black and white animals like zebras or pandas. That could be significant. Meaning, like, the divine masculine, divine feminine, the yin and yang energy, which is also a symbol that is popping up quite often, which is the integration of the masculine and feminine coming together, which is great. And 717 is also a twin flame number, fun fact. Well-known twin flame number. They're also showing me the numbers 911, 911, 313, 444, 808, 919, as well as the 909, 1010, 1001, 1212, 1221, 2112, 1551. Oh. Sorry, I'm just not. Okay, 616. 111. Now, okay, if you feel guided to with other numbers that I just like threw out there just now, so that Spirit gave me, I'm not gonna go into it per se. I'm gonna let you figure it out and just let you search that up if you need to. Okay, so just pull some cards just to see what's going on with this collective overall that I'm pulling for, because I feel like this is a really powerful collective. My goodness, like I feel like this, either this collective has been on the journey for quite some time, or like as far as like just spiritual journey wise, or they're just starting out, like this new wave is coming through and they're very powerful. Okay, they're saying rainbow children. So if you don't know anything about Starseed, rainbow children are that's probably what the applause is. Like, I'm applauding for rainbow children, because shit, we need rainbow children, because they're also going to really help push this process along. Okay, that's the decks that I use below. All right, so just keep that in mind if you guys are interested in using any of these decks or whatever, or buying any of your own decks. I always mention what they are below. All right, so okay, so let's just get this started for this collective. This is for the 707 portals with the 717, and this is within this week, okay, and the next coming week, which is also the new moon, but I will be doing a separate new moon video. Okay, sorry, they're already channeling me to me right now. I will be doing a separate new moon video on new moon in Leo, okay, so I will be doing that entirely separate, probably later within the week. Okay, so let's start. I'm gonna go ahead and pull from this Lenormand deck right here. Ooh, I split the deck and there is like, you see that? There must be a gift on the horizon, right? A blessing in disguise, right? Because I did mention that this collective is possibly going through a major transformation, which is also the butterfly energy, as well as they're mentioning dragonfly. Also, if you're connecting with phoenixes, that also is another thing to keep in mind for the dark night of the soul, as well as the kundalini awakening. Okay, so yeah, a lot of releasing happening right now. A lot of things coming back to the surface in order to be readdressed, especially with the retrograde happening, and especially Mercury retrograde. Like, oh my god, you see my face? Like a lot of things that you think that you already addressed and that you healed is coming back up saying, bitch, you thought. Like, it's saying, you need to readdress this. You need to, like, let this go. You need to forgive and let go. So a lot of people's patience are being tested, okay? A lot, all right? Bottom of the deck, we have the book, which also represents the Akashic Records. Perfect. Okay, so the first to pop out is the 5, which is the Tree of Life, right? So the Tree of Life right here, let me see. I'm glad that I fixed the lighting though, because it got a lot brighter, so that's great. Anywho, even if you can't see it, it's fine. But right here, number 5, the Tree of Life represents basically like deep rooted. This is the biblical prophecies I was referring to. Basically like the apple, the serpent, the kundalini awakening. Yeah, ancestral roots as well as ancestral karma coming up to the surface right now to be readdressed and purged and let go, as well as like past lives possibly. A lot of lifetimes are coming up to the surface as well. This rainbow represents as well as faith, and to have faith, or as well as a promise as well to that this journey shall, you know, go smoothly. It's going exactly as planned. It's going like exactly what that book that we just seen. It represents the Akashic Records, but that could also represent actually like the Quran or the Bible, whatever it may be that you can resonate with. It could represent something else like ancient artifacts as well, like ancient biblical artifacts that are hidden, like I was stating. But this represents also, I've seen like the rainbow represents the rainbow bridge, which connects both worlds from the 5D to the 3D. So it's kind of like I said, of like there's something like a gateway, something's coming over the rainbow bridge, so something's manifesting in a way. Okay, so there we go. Okay, I just wanted it to be a little bit darker. Okay, so let me pull one more. Ooh, so the one that came out is number 42, which is the compass. Okay. All right, so this represents basically like that star energy. So especially if you're on the twin flame journey, for sure. Like, if you guys are connecting with the sun and moon and the stars right now, I did mention of the Star of David, so I don't know if that has to do with something. Does that have something to do with something? I don't know, but it represents, like, again, they're showing me the purple flame, the violet flame, but they're also showing me the flame that Moses was talking to. Oh, I heard a ring in my right ear. Why are you guys using a lot of biblical prophecies right now? I guess this has something to do with that. They're saying that Moses was taught, when he went in a hermit mode in that cave moment, he talked to that flame. The flame, the tree that was on fire, it was a bush that was on fire. The purple flame. And it spoke to him and told him his life purpose, basically, and what he was set out here to do, and what he will do from spirit, from the creator, essentially. Could represent the Kundalini awakening that I was referring to. Oh, this could also represent the Divine Masculine Collective, definitely awakening for sure. But this can go for both, hand in hand, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. I've seen 606 on the clock, so that could mean something. Balance being restored, alright? Harmony being restored. Things from the past coming back up to be balanced and restored. Okay, and then 6 also is a masculine number. Goodness, they keep channeling. But the 42, the compass energy, represents like the course correction that I was talking about. Yep, course correction. I'm also feeling like a lot of solar plexus releases right now. So a lot of solar, like again with the chakra releasing, a lot of fear being released right now. But 42 represents like the compass energy, which is the course correction, making sure that you're staying on course. So you're going the right direction right now, Spirit is saying. Also, this reduces to a 6, and I just said 606. So yes, you guys are like, you're balancing right now. You're trying to recalibrate is what this is. Also, north leads the way home, realizing that you are home. So this Mercury retrograde, this kind of goes into the star seeds that I was talking to, right, which was the rainbow children. Oh my god, yeah, the star seeds, which is the rainbow children. This is why there's a rainbow right here, so that makes perfect sense. Also, this is a movement, this is a progression forward. If you guys know what sequence this is, it's basically when the numbers move on up. So this is 5, and then this is a 6. So it goes 5, 6, and then of course, I'm always talking about the number 7, right? Which is the next step, but that means forward movement, right? And that kind of explains what I was talking about with the cheetah energy, like fast movement forward as well. This could also represent unexpected pregnancies as well. They're saying unexpected pregnancies, so be very careful, but I feel like whatever's planned is planned. Like if a baby wants to come into this world, it's going to come into this world. So if you can't really stop the creator's plan, okay? God's plan. Where's the fucking Drake? Okay, this also can represent you guys being at a long distance away from each other too, if that also can resonate, alright? Or being from different cultures, different diversities, different backgrounds, whatever it may be, especially for the twin flames, you guys definitely come from different worlds, different completely worlds, but you guys integrate and you come together. Oh my gosh, again with the rainbow energy, guys. This is the rainbow children. I literally just said rainbow children. At the bottom of the deck, there's a child right here, 13, and this is the rainbow. So yes, rainbow children are coming into this world, possibly at a faster rate. Like I said, unexpected pregnancies, but I feel like there's a plan for that, because the rainbow children really, if you guys haven't seen my like my Starseed playlist, I also have a Starseed playlist, which I also talk about what rainbow children are. In case you guys don't know what that is, go ahead and check that out. Yeah, it's in my channel. But I did talk about that, so definitely. And it's also being connected with your inner child, also making sure to cleanse out any childhood wounds that we are carrying within our vessel right now as an adulthood. Even if you are a child right now and you still are going through those moments right now in childhood, those are going to shape you into the person that you're meant to be, as far as like you're going to be. Like I said, this collective is overall is very powerful, very gifted, very powerful. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop with that. I'm going to pull from the Spirit Animal Oracle right here, just to see what animals we can look. Oh my gosh, split the deck. There's a lion, which is be generous of spirit. So again, the Lion's Gate coming up pretty soon, which is 808, which is next month, but we're still in this portal. So it could be Leo energy that I'm pulling, which is, I did mention the solar plexus energy is being released right now. Could be a reason why, which is fear. Fear being stored into your solar plexus. I'm going to go ahead, they said, okay, I will always forever recommend Avatar The Last Airbender when it comes to the chakra cleanses or the chakra awakenings, when Aang or An was like with the guru and actually learning to release the chakras or open the chakras. So I'm going to go ahead and list that in the box below, comment box for them. As always, I always mention spirit recommendation or channeled music, etc. for the day whenever I do a reading. So that's a new thing that I've been doing right now. But definitely I'm going to list that below, just so that that can help some of the collective. I feel like that will help, okay, for whoever that's out there. And if you like, you know, like, Avatar The Last Airbender has a lot of, like, symbolic, spiritual things, right? But it also goes into a form of Buddhism, right? Because we are talking about religion, right? So, kind of goes into the reincarnation fact as well as past life thing. That's kind of more Buddhism, Shintoism, but more so Buddhism that I'm getting. So let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the 2 that popped out is number 21. I did mention if you guys are seeing 21 or 12 or 1221, that should also resonate, okay? But right here, I'm seeing be peace. Remember I mentioned of doves earlier? White feathers and white birds. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. There's something coming around the horizon. I did mention of birds represent of messengers or something coming, right? So there's something in transit is what Spirit is saying. So right, if you guys like order from Amazon or I don't know, whatever it is, online, they're saying think of it as whatever you're manifesting into your life is coming in the form, it's like in transit and it just arrived at a certain carrier facility, but right now it's getting ready to be processed in order to go through and then go to the next stage, right? So it's like in transit. You got to be patient, all right, is what Spirit is saying, as well as peace is coming to you, okay? So I feel like there's a, like, again, that harmony, that peace coming in. And then we have 3, Armadillo Spirit, set healthy boundaries. Oh, I love that. Number 3, also if you're saying 333, 313, or 303, that could also tie into what I was talking about. But, okay, but 3... This right here, Armadillo Spirit, which is also set healthy boundaries, I'm seeing like around this time, like you guys are literally, if you're dealing with that turbulent energy as well, now is the time to really start using your intuition, like I was stating, like using your boundaries, like using the things that you were taught basically within this past time, especially if you've been on the journey for quite some time. Now's the time to really use that wisdom and to start setting healthy boundaries, not only for other people, but for yourself, especially if you deal with any forms of addictions or any sort of whatever it may be. Like boundaries can come in the form of you respecting yourself and your boundaries as well as others, okay? All right, and sticking to them, because anytime you break your own boundaries or you allow for someone else to break your boundaries, then that is not setting healthy boundaries. That is that's not setting healthy boundaries. In fact, that foundation is going to be knocked over every time unless you learn to really like stick to it, you know what I mean? So for sure. But also, I'm also seeing like, don't set up, they're saying don't set up too high of a wall to the point where no one can jump over it. All right. But I feel like there's always that one person that is able to jump it. All right. But the thing is like a guarded heart is what they're showing me. So making sure not to guard your heart a little bit too much. Okay. Is very important. All right. Because I'm seeing the green, which is that chakra energy, that heart chakra, which is like, don't close off too much. Make sure that you're able to receive and be open, but also set firm boundaries that are not able to be crossed. Okay, so does that make sense? Like, be adaptable, but also be moldable. Adaptable, moldable, no. Like stern, like a rock, but also like, woo, you know, flowy, that type of thing. Okay, I don't know why I keep looking at the earrings, the piercings on this armadillo. I really like the piercings. Like, I was actually like, I wanted to get more piercings, but I just was looking and I was like, damn, I'm jealous of this armadillo right now. I want piercings like that. It could resonate. Someone could also have like piercings or just piercings within their ear, or it has like an eccentric like style, I guess. Oh, okay. They're also saying 21 will seduce you to a 3. So there's this 3-3 right here again with the Ascended Master's energy. So if you're saying 3-3-3, I did mention that. Just want to make mention of, okay. So, I'm going to go ahead, pull from the Heal Yourself Oracle right here, just to see what we should work on as far as shadow work wise. Things that we are, like, dealing with as far as the shadow work realm. I just want to see what this collective, what we can do to focus and help improve. All right. One thing for sure that I always see is pride. Like, pride is the biggest thing. And that kind of has to do with the lion energy, possibly with the Leo energy, the ego energy. Like, dealing with pride, letting that go is a big thing, all right? So, things that we should, like, right now that this collective is focusing on or they're working on as far as shadow work-wise, I kind of just want to dive in and see what they're doing. As well as things that we can work on. I love this Heal Yourself Oracle because it just gives you a straight answer every time, like, especially what we can work on. Oh, I love this! Oh, we should work on patience. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. I love that so much. I just said about patience, and guess what? It's number 23 if that resonates with you. Also reduced to a 5, okay? But this is like, also, if you guys are connecting with wells, or like wells, or seeing wells, like wishing well, oh my god, that kind of goes into the Moses thing. Okay, I'm going off the movie Prince of Egypt. Now, we all know that the movie is not entirely accurate to the actual Bible. Duh. It's like Hollywood. It's I know, like, there's a difference between, like, okay, there's things that were left out. But the well in particular, they're showing me this because that is, like, the next time that the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine meet was basically when they were in the desert after Moses left Egypt and gave up his role of being the Prince of Egypt. He went on a search, basically a self-journey. He didn't know where the hell he was going. He was just going anywhere, basically kind of running away from his issues. But he also came across basically Sephora. Sephora was basically his counterpart, the Divine Feminine. And she was more so what they refer to as a nomad, someone that would like travel a lot of the times. The derogatory term, it would be gypsy, basically, but that's besides the point. I don't agree with the term gypsies, but it's just basically she was seen as completely different and opposite. But there was a well thing where he fell inside the well, and she was about to pull him up because she was freaking out that there was a man that fell in the well. And as she was pulling it up, she was also upset at the fact that of the past that they had, interactions that they had. So it's just kind of like the Divine Feminine's not willing to forgive just yet. They were kind of like mad, so they do a white butterfly. So then she just dropped him down the well. Was like, you find your way back out of the well yourself, you know, after everything that you did to me, basically. But that doesn't mean it's right, but it was just more so the sisters were just her sisters. Anywho, that was like a really big tangent. But patience is basically needed. So if you're connecting with wells, all right, be patient with the Divine Masculine Collective. Don't just throw them down the well and be like, let the rope go. I mean, sometimes it's good to show tough love and everything, but also have patience, all right? Have patience for them, because that means that you need more patience for yourself, okay? Also, they're a part of you, so you need to learn to have patience in general. That's something that Divine Feminine Collective is definitely learning on their journey, is patience. That's something that is your biggest thing. All right, so wishing well as well, like anything that you were manifesting is coming to fruition. Like any old wishes that you made in the well, it's gonna come. So have patience. Like I said, whatever is coming on that rainbow bridge right now, all right, it's coming. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck we have self-sabotage. Oh yes, so something that we also need to work on is self-sabotaging behaviors. Like also when something is meant for you, especially great for you, one thing for sure that the especially twin flames, we can relate to this, right? But this can be a whole collective thing. This can be people who are wounded on the inside as far as relationship wise or just childhood wise, like abandonment, rejection issues as well. Self-sabotaging ways is basically when something is great and is meant for you in your life, like is love, and it's like someone is exhibiting loving behavior and they want to show that to you. It's like Spirit is saying basically learn to accept the things that are good for you and learn to turn away the things that are not. That is also setting healthy boundaries, okay? So it's like recognizing what's good for you and what is not, and also like self-sabotaging meaning like if there's something that's meant for you and it's your destiny and it's part of your path, then accept it. Like accept those gifts that you have. Like especially people like, okay, this goes also for my light workers and my empaths, people who literally like my starseeds, people who have gifts of this collective in particular. You guys are not accepting your gifts entirely as much as you could be, but like everybody's at different stages in the journey. They all learn at different points. But it's also recognizing that, you know, you are gifted, you are talented, you know, you're a multidimensional being. You have so many things about you, or that you are within you, that you haven't tapped into just yet. So self-sabotaging is in a way saying like, oh, well, I'm not accepting this part of myself, in a way. So that's kind of like self-sabotaging, when you're not able to fully accept yourself. It's kind of like that solar plexus thing going on, like self-worth issues. So number 21, which is healing. So this is, again, that you guys are going through a patience, because you're going through a healing process right now. All right. And also we had 21 right here, which is, there's matching. So if you guys are seeing 2121 or 1212 or 2112, that could resonate. But this also represents be peace. So there is peace and healing coming to this mix right now. But there has to be patience. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to purge and let it go. Like I said, this is also a season of letting go and releasing. Also, the flame right here could represent for the twin flames as well, like making sure to keep your light going. Don't let it blow out. You know, keep your light going, basically. Keep shining your light. All right. So number 27 at the bottom, that we have help from above. So there is help coming from above. I'm also getting a lot of Aquarius, Pisces like energy coming through. Yeah, which is air and water. Also, connection of music. They're saying pay attention to some music signs. All right, just to be sure. Okay, so I was about to use the energy oracle card, and I split the deck, and there's number 32 and 33, and I swear to God, like, this is a deck that I shuffled, like, beforehand, but I like to shuffle pre-hand, like, especially in a video, right? But door to spirit and door to romance. I said that there's a door opening, did I not? And also there's a sequence going on. So, remember, there's a dove. So, there's a dove right here. Guys, it's like follow the Hansel and Gretel, the crumbs. Like follow the fireflies, follow the feathers, the white feathers, or in general, or just feathers in general. Oh my gosh, there's a doorway. There's doorways. There's a portal. I was talking about that. Also the heart as well, the heart chakra. Like I did reference that earlier, so that's beautiful. I'm going to use the energy oracle just to tap in what's going on in particular. Ooh. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have Archangel Michael. And I did mention Archangel Michael being around. So, yes, he heavily works with the twin flames for sure. Archangel Michael's really watching over you guys and helping to cut out those things, as well as to see past illusions and truth. So, basically the sword. I don't know. They're showing me weaponry. Like archery. Oh, I wanted to get into archery too. I also be getting more into boxing. I want to get more into MMA. So this is more so a physical thing. I feel like maybe that is another form of transmutation, is making sure to move your body and get more physical, because I feel like, especially if you're dealing with sleep issues, like spirit is calling me out right now, but it's also calling out people, like if you're dealing with insomnia or sleep issues, maybe it's time for you to start transmutation through physical activity, rather than, because like you're running your mind rampant. Like it's good that you're studying esoteric knowledge and everything like that, but also realize that we have to balance mind, body, and soul, right? The Trinity, which is making sure, like, if you're tiring out the mind, it's time to tire out the body as well, okay? So it's, and then, you know, it's like a process, okay? So first to pop out is number 11, cornucopia. Oh, so if you guys are seeing a number 11, which is 1111, this is a spiritual awakening process. This is cornucopia, which is basically that happiness, the fruits of your labor. Oh my gosh, if you're seeing butterflies, oh, and the light that's shining through, that is so beautiful. You see the fruits of your labor. Oh my gosh. Also, I'm seeing that they're tucked away. Like they're gifts that are like tucked away. I did say there's a blessing in disguise with the pink tulips earlier. But they're tucked away, possibly within the forest, which is basically you, your temple. The forest represents you. So it just takes a little bit more to get into, like to unlock those certain gifts. Like I see that there's like so much gifts inside you, and it just takes for you to have patience and to heal and to focus on you to realize that, okay? So beautiful energy. Okay. Oh, and with love, we have angel love. So again, a lot of like romance angels coming into the forefront. Okay, so number 13, yes, financial constraints. So if you were dealing with any sort of financial constraints or any type of like physical, like whether that be like home life issues or just you not having money in the bank, or just you just kind of getting by day by day, or just career wise, right? just know that there will be the fruits of your labor. You just have to be patient. I know that you're going through that because I see that you're crying over this, like possibly having sleepless nights, like you're healing. But also remember that patience is needed, right? The wishing well, the gold, the coins, everything that's within that it's there already, right? It's waiting there for you. It just needs a little bit more patience to come through. So if you are dealing with that right now, just know that there will be help from above, all right, coming through, whether that be in the form of an unexpected check, whether that be in the form of like starting a new career aspect, or just finding new passions, or a windfall of abundance. It does not matter. Whatever it may be, something that you were working on that was like kind of like suffering or taking a little bit too slow is going to start speeding up really soon. So I wasn't going, okay, hold on, that wasn't meant for me. I'm gonna pull another one. I'm gonna pull one more. One more, please. Ooh! This oracle deck is fighting. Okay, one more, please. Okay. 41. 7th chakra. Archangel Uriel. Oh my gosh. I did mention Archangel Uriel earlier. So here she is. So hello. By the way, this is also the Akashic Records. This is the 7th chakra, which is the crown chakra I was referring to again. So you guys are tapping into the Akashic Records. And also Archangel Uriel is helping you guys within this aspect, like unlocking certain gifts, you know, maybe like getting tapped into these certain gifts will actually help you through with releasing some of this financial burdens, like using your gifts as a way to actually make money. Oh, Spirit's calling me out. But like if that resonates for you, like using your gifts to actually like benefit from it in a way, but not in a bad way, like in a good intentional way to help and benefit yourself and humanity. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, put this down, and I'm going to end this off with the love notes and the love messages. This can be between the masculine and feminine, or it can be like, I'm just going to pull generally what's going to come out. Let's see. So I like to make it separate because it makes it a lot easier just to pinpoint where directly this energy is coming from. So I guess, okay. All right, I'll do that. So Spirit's saying just make it a lot easier. All right, no problemo. So okay. Oh my gosh, I'm already seeing spirit animals are like trying to come out right now. And I did mention the spirit animals beforehand. So the dove and the armadillo, okay, for sure, and all the animals that I mentioned before earlier in the reading. So I'm gonna pull from the Divine Masculines right now, Divine Masculine Collective. Okay. Three, 4. I'm gonna pull 5, 6. I'm going to pull 7 cards for each. So, oh my goodness. Okay, this is for the Divine Feminine Collective. 1. Okay. Alright, so let's start with the Divine Feminine Collective first, and then we'll start with the Divine Masculine Collective last, alright? Organize. Okay, so the first to pop out, sense of humor. So have a sense of humor during all of this, okay? So it's kind of like Spirit is saying, like, laugh a little bit, be playful in a way, have a sense of humor with this journey as well. Don't take things too seriously, all right? And in general, don't take life too seriously. Like, you weren't here to work yourself to death and to just take everything so seriously, all right? Let loose a little bit, all right? As well as the Divine Feminine is saying to the Divine Masculine that they possibly like the sense of humor of the Divine Masculine Collective, etc. So, whoever it is. You kind of intimidate me. I love this. So Divine Feminines are kind of in that mode right now, feeling intimidated right now, especially from possibly maybe like they could be intimidated of their actual life purpose, how big it may be, or it could be like intimidated of the fact of starting something new, or intimidating in a way where they are kind of intimidated of the Divine Masculine Collective right now, or whoever they're dealing with, your Divine Masculine in general. which is important to kind of work through in a way, because that kind of stems from not feeling worthy enough, or just kind of, not that just that, but I feel like intimidation is fine. It's okay, like we all get intimidated every now and then, but intimidation could be like, it can kind of like blow out of proportion if you let it. So make sure to keep that, you know, process that, all right? So I take full accountability for my actions. Yep, so Divine Feminine definitely is not playing victim, as well as taking full accountability for their actions, pretty much picking themselves back up and kind of rebuilding off of where they, you know, basically are. And also it's just recognition that you guys are both taking accountability for your actions, okay? So mind you, because we both have Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine qualities within us, okay? I learned so much from you. I love that. So Divine Feminines are saying that they're learning a lot, especially from Spirit. So Spirit's definitely helping out for sure. But they're also learning a lot, like again with the Akashic Records thing going on, like especially Archangel Uriel. But they're also learning a lot from the Divine Masculine Collective. So mind you, we can learn from both of one another. Like there's things that I learned from the Divine Masculine Collective that I would never learn from the Divine Feminine Collective, alright? So that's just plain simple, alright? But there's things that Divine Masculine Collective can learn from the Divine Feminine that they can never learn from other Divine Masculines. So it's like being humble enough to be open enough to learn, all right? I'm working on making this a reality. Wow, so yes, Divine Feminine Collective are definitely manifesting something right now, like that cornucopia type of thing, as well. Like, they're saying rags to riches. So they're kind of like, okay. Also working on making this connection a reality as well. Okay, so it's like, it's that factor. I just want you to be happy. That's beautiful. So Divine Feminine saying Divine Masculines, I just want you to be happy. Like even if it's with us or not, if it's with me or not, like you deserve happiness. I just want you to be happy. So it's like they're learning to let go and to just like be more playful, a little bit more, have a sense of humor right now. And it's really good because I'm really proud of the Divine Feminine Collective because they're really like working on this, and I like that. They're releasing and letting go. My love for you is deeper than the universe itself. That is beautiful. So Divine Masculine Collective, Divine Feminines are saying that my love for you is deeper than the universe itself. Basically, like my love runs really deep for you and way back. We go many lifetimes, so don't forget that. Okay. So from Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine, we have, yes. So if you had a question or whatever if the matter was, I guess, from the Divine Masculine Collective or Divine Masculines, you were asking a certain question from Spirit. Spirit is saying yes, especially if it has to do with you wanting to go a certain direction, right? Now, like, especially when it comes to your finances or passions or career, whatever it may be, or Divine Feminine, does not matter. Yes, now would be the time to move forward towards that, okay? Slowly, and take your time. But yeah, and also it's acknowledging that, yes, my love for you is deeper than the universe itself as well. So they're saying yes, like we recognize that. Okay. So, ooh, I want to marry you. Oh. So Divine Masculine Collective is saying I want to marry you, Divine Feminine. So a lot of, okay, so that's like kind of ties into the green energy I was feeling from the past, but they definitely have marriage on the mind. Oh, I love this. Childhood memories, inner childhood. Remember I was talking about the childhood wounds earlier? Where is it? Yes. Oops. The childhood wounds. So right now, the Divine Masculine Collective are definitely focusing on childhood wounds right now at this current point in time. Okay, so that heavily affects them right now, possibly within adulthood. But they could also be like, you guys could have met in childhood, you guys could have met like during childhood, or you guys could have like childhood like nature, like you guys bring out the inner child in them. So Divine Masculines feel like young again whenever they're with you. Divine Feminine, so could possibly have children as well, or you guys could have children within the future, okay? That's something they possibly would want, alright? So that's cute. Oh wow, long distance relationship. I said that you guys possibly have distance in between. If this is a long distance, okay. So if that resonates for you guys, then yeah, this could be a long distance relationship. Could be also another factor that's within this connection that could be like a thing that kind of made things a little bit difficult. But love doesn't know no time or distance. It goes through anything. So it's recognizing that the distance is an illusion. Okay. But they are at a distance from you. I feel like there's a lot of missing energy. I would love to court you. So that is beautiful. So yes, they definitely are thinking about like courting you, marrying you, wanting to be with you, taking you out, feeding you, that type of thing. So, and also I feel like this collective, like the divine masculines are definitely like old school style in a way. More traditional. Okay, divine masculines are saying see from a higher perspective. I love this. So right now they're seeing from a different perspective. They're awakening. This goes from the awakening that I was referring to, and they're also healing as well, okay? So they're going through this healing process as well. And they're also seeing from a higher perspective, which is basically tapping into the higher realms, awakening to their gifts. It's that crown chakra energy that you guys are both tapping into, releasing that lack mentality, releasing material items and attachments to anything of the material world, basically, and realizing that you are part of this world, but you're not of it, okay? Or is it the opposite? Yeah, it could be of that, but it's also releasing attached. Like, I'm connected to all things, but I am attached to nothing. Is what the divine masculines are definitely learning. Okay. Oh, I love that we're ending this off right here. So divine masculine collective are saying thank you. I love that. Also, they're playing a Hawaiian song called "Thank You," and it's a Hawaiian reggae song, and I'm gonna list that also in the comments box below. But divine masculine's definitely saying there's lyrics in there that will tie into what I'm talking about. But they're saying thank you. Thank you, divine feminine. Thank you for being you. Thank you for just being born. Thank you for teaching me the things that I need to learn on this journey. Thank you to spirit for everything. They're learning gratitude as well. Gratitude is best attitude. So they also are getting rid of the lack mentality and realizing that they have everything that they need. So it's like getting rid of like the financial constraints or the lack mentality and realizing that there is abundance and fruitful things all around you. It's just getting rid of this notion right here. Okay, moving on from that, but saying thank you, just thank you overall. Being thankful for being on this journey, for healing, for just awakening in general. So because it's a blessing to be able to be awakened on this journey. Okay, so that's the thing. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and close this off right here. I think that's the end of it. Anything else, spirit? Anything on the bottom of the deck? Okay, I just wanted to check at the bottom of the deck, and it says summer, and we're in the middle of summer solstice, okay? And also, if you're below the equator and that doesn't resonate, you guys are in the middle of winter, it can represent something happening within summer, or it can represent a summer being a significance within, like, a birthday. I did mention Leo season, which is the 808 portal. We're also in the 707 portal right now in the middle of summer, so summer does have a significance and has to do with a lot of the things that are happening right now with this collective. Anywho, much love to you guys. See you guys in my next video, and peace.